Okay, so you saw that was the second variation we did. Now what we're going to do, in order to use more notes now, we're going to start to get super widdly. Okay, we're going to have to change our scale. The right hand's going to sound exactly the same, and we're still going to be using all the notes from the pentatonic, but we're going to add 2 notes to make what's called a Dorian scale. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a B note and an F sharp note. Okay, and the scale is basically going to look and sound like this. Okay, now that's probably sounded like a G major scale to you, and in fact it was, because I ended on G. But it's a mode. What we're using is a mode, and it's called A Dorian. And if I made the emphasis A, okay, but it doesn't really matter when you're playing over an A backing track, even if you land on G. Okay, it still sounds like A Dorian, because modes are not really about the scales, it's about the music that's derived from them. That's another subject. But anyway, so they're the positions we're going to use. I'll just tell you what the notes are. We're going to be going 8-7-5 on the high E, 8-7-5 on the B, 7-5-4 on the G, 7-5-4 on the D. We're going to be going 7-5-3 on the A and 7-5-3 on the low E. And we're going to be using the sort of, I think it was the third technique that we used, which is similar to the first one, but with the added note. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. Basically, the technique is this. Okay, so just pulling off like before. And then we're just going to use this tapping finger all along the 12th fret. Now, when I do this, I'm going to move it around a little bit more because there's a few other places that you can play this. But if you know your Dorian scale, all you've got to remember is that anything that's got a group of 3 notes, as long as it fits in with what you're doing, as long as it's got 3 notes in it and it uses that exercise, it's going to fit over this. And you can experiment with some unusual notes, but we'll stick with the Dorian scale for now. And let's have a little demonstration and see what it sounds like. So you notice that the tempo of that track was 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're actually doing demi-semiquavers there. So it's 8 notes per beat. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have the same timing on the next one. Dorian scale again, right hand exactly the same as before, but as you remember, the technique is going to be like this now. This is starting to get interesting, so let's have a little demo of this one. Okay, and finally for this section we're going to combine the two like we did before, and it's going to sound like this. Okay, so it's going to hammer up, hammer down, hammer, Here we go.